What's up, you guys? Welcome back to my YouTube channel once again with me, your girl, Miss Nirongo. Yes, today we're going to be having an interesting conversation, so do make sure to stick around as we get into it. Welcome back once again. If you're new to this channel, please make sure to give this video a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe to my channel. If you want to follow me on my other socials, my name is Miss Nirongo on Instagram, Miss Nirongo on Twitter, Miss Nirongo on Facebook, and Miss Nirongo on TikTok. So let's get into the topic of the day. So it goes without unreasonable doubt that fashion is evolving in the world, okay? And my country, our country, Zambia, is no exception to this development. Over the years, we've seen a series of big fashion events that are being held, from the Lusaka Fashion Week to the Ubuntu Fashion Week. We have the Ndola Fashion Week now, and of course the most anticipated and famous event, which is the Lusaka July. Now, this event, of course, is being organized by the PR Girl Media. It was started by them in 2016, and it's been held annually since. So this year's Lusaka July was nothing short of glamour and fashion drama. You know, we saw celebrities from different countries serving as guest of honors. We had Namibia's Maria Mpembe, rather. We had Botswana's Luongo Andre. We had Charity Baitse, and of course Motusi Latsole. I don't know if I pronounced that correctly. Yeah, so these were the guests of honors at the event, and of course our very own local celebrities. Our very own local celebrities showed up, you guys. We had Bobby East, we had Mampi, we had Mutale Mwanza, of course, among the others, Cleo Ice Queen, that came there and made their fashion statements. Now, what sort of caught the Zambian internet's eye, the public eye, is some male folks that were dressed in women's clothing. So among these male folks, we saw Denzel Sadaka. He's a Zambian fashion designer. He's known for Denzel Designs, rather. Yeah, if I got that correctly. So he's a fashionista. And of course, our very own guest of honor at the event, Mr. Andre from Botswana, among others. So we saw this heat on social media. We had some politicians such as Nevas Mumba and Emmanuel Mwamba that came out condemning the event and terming it as an LGBTQ stage, you know. And of course, people were commenting and sharing photos, and there were memes circulating of these men, you know, dressed in women's clothing. And of course, the organizers of the event did not hold back. They did not hold back. They released a statement, you know, denying claims that it is an LGBTQ stage, but rather they were holding their annual event as usual, you know. And this event contributes to the Zambian fashion industry because it's one of the biggest events that we have. So that was just, you know, a quick update on what's been going on and what's been trending in our country right now. And here, as Miss Nirongo, I had, you know, some sort of reflecting to do and trying to understand, you know, what's been going on. And my opinion here is, in itself, is Zambians need to do their research, guys. I'm Zambian. We Zambians need to do our research and give informed opinions when it comes to these matters. To begin with, the men dressing as women or dressing in women's clothing is not a crime that is punishable by law, as the Constitution does not state anywhere that if you are going to dress like a man but you're a woman, or if you're going to dress as a woman but you're a man, you will be arrested. It is not stated anyway. So it is not, you dressing as the opposite sex is not punishable by law. As far as my knowledge goes, if we read the Constitution only punishes people for having same sex. So if you're gonna have sex with the same gender, then it is punishable by law, right? But not dressing as the opposite sex. So there's two things there, right? So as Zambians, because we're a Christian nation, we sort of get it mixed up, you know. There's all these things about, no, we're a Christian nation, we're corrupting our morals, and we feel the right to condemn people. And them dressing as women does not in any way allude or signify that they're gay, okay? So we have no proof whatsoever that these people are gay. All we know is these people are dressing as women. So these people have the right to sue all of us, or all the people commenting or giving these opinions that they are gay, for defamation, because they are claiming that they're claiming that these people are gay without any proof. So them dressing as a woman, or dressing as a woman when you're a man, or dressing as a woman, or dressing as a man rather when you're a woman, is not punishable by law. So it does not in any way give us the right to start judging them and calling them out to get arrested. I think we might get the lines blurry there. So one thing, it is not punishable by law. Everybody is allowed to dress the way they want to. And then another thing also, fashion is wide, okay? We've got what we call cross-dressers, right? Men who choose to dress as women, and women who choose to dress as men. It does not in any way represent their status or their sexuality per se, or what they believe in, as, you know, like what they stand, whether they're straight, gay, or bi. It does not in any way represent that, but then they choose to dress in a way that they feel is appropriate to them to express themselves. So we've got to do our research before giving these opinions, you know, because everybody's just talking left, right, center. Hey, these people are gay. And with Zambians, so to say, one thing I have noticed is that we are in denial that the world is evolving. We are no longer in the 90s, not really 90s, we're not in the 18s and the 17s, you know, where a man can only dress like a man and a woman can only dress like a woman, you know. We are not in those times anymore. Times have changed. We've evolved now. We are seeing people dressing in different ways, you know. If you look at how first world countries rather are approaching this, you get to notice that for them, because we've sort of modernized, it's okay for a girl to dress like a guy, or for a guy to dress as a girl, because it's just fashion, it's clothes. This is how people choose to express themselves. But for us Zambians, I see us sort of being in denial to that fact, and we feel the need to judge people. And over this period, you know, we've sort of seen the likes of Ben Lombe, who is one of the most famous hairdressers we have in the country. You know, he sort of possesses or shows some feminine traits. You know, he could dress like a woman, or he calls himself Queen Bee. And with Zambians, we have, I don't know if it's just me, but I've noticed that we have this sort of, we are very picky, you know. kind of selectively homophobic. Not to say Ben Lombe is homophobic, but we've sort of warmed up to him, and we've warmed up to the kind of person that he is. This sort of says a lot of things, about what the future looks like for us with regards LGBTQ. I think what really bothers us Zambians the most, is that we are sort of insecure that one day LGBTQ might come to life in Zambia. We're just going to accept it because we're seeing other African countries like South Africa embracing the community. So one thing I think should be for us, because I'm seeing that insecurity is the reason why we are bashing people now. People can't dress the way they want. I can't wear a boxer because I'm a girl, or he can't wear lingerie because he's a man, and we feel the need, okay, let's just bash these things so that they never come to light. Guys, let's get out of our heads, please. Okay. Let's get out of our heads. Yes, Zambia is a Christian nation, but that does not in any way mean we should use that as a reason to start, body shaming people, to start bashing them for dressing and expressing themselves and being who they are. It does not give us the right to do that. Let's condemn what is punishable by law. Me dressing as a guy, say, it's not punishable by law. And in fact, we've got to be open-minded. We've got to be open-minded. We've got to be open-minded. Because if we're going to say, okay, if my son or my child, what the future looks like, if my son or my daughter is gonna see a man dressed as a woman, they'll automatically think it's okay. So we need to make people feel bad for dressing the way they want to. Guys, our kids are gonna end up being exposed to these things. It's like how we've always wanted to protect our children from porn and the internet, and they'll still find a way to have access to those things. We're living in a modern world where every single thing is accessible. Now we have cartoons where there's gay characters. We've got movies where there's gay characters, which means that this concept is sort of being normalized to some extent. So your kid just has to choose who they want to be. The same way you were exposed to gay people, the same way you were exposed to transgenders, the same way you were exposed to porn or whatever things you consider as bad vices of this world, and you chose to be you, is the same way you should give your children the liberty to choose. So with regards to where Zambia is headed with this LGBTQ, with embracing the LGBTQ community, I think we've got so much to learn, because with these characters, with these people coming out, dressing as women, we don't know for sure if they're LGBTQ, if they're part of the LGBTQ community. But I feel like one day, or as Zambians, we should be open-minded to the fact that one day we are definitely going to accept and embrace this community. So we shouldn't partake in bashing others. We shouldn't partake in making others feel bad. So far, none of the guys that attended the event has commented towards the bashing on the internet, but it is very sad and hurtful for them to some extent, because those hurtful comments people were giving about them are sort of mentally damaging to them. So I think before we give opinions, we should give informed opinions. Let's do our research. You could be sued. You could be sued for defaming somebody's character. You could be sued for accusing them of being something or someone they're not. So as Zambians, in concluding, let's be open-minded. Of course, we don't know when LGBTQ is gonna be embraced in this country. And you know, but we have got to be open-minded to the fact that one day we might just embrace it. And then we shouldn't partake in bashing others. Of course, let's give informed opinions. And also, another thing that I feel us as Zambians should do is let people be who they want to be. It shouldn't be a problem that an adult like me is choosing to dress like a man. I'm an adult and I have every right, like you, to dress however I want to. So that's it for today's episode, you guys. I hope you guys had so much fun. You know, let's keep liking, sharing, and subscribing. You know, till next week. Do keep it locked. Do keep subscribing, and we're gonna have so much fun out here. For now, it's bye.